I'm trying to stick to the Tuesday and Thursday schedule. I've promised you that I would show up on Tuesdays and Thursdays somewhere between 7 and 9. I'm trying to stick to it so that you'll know when I'm going to be here. How are you all doing? I wanted to do something today in front of you, which was I got a piece of mail from one of my viewers in my post office box, and I want to open it. I'm quite excited to get it. And hopefully maybe she'll join us, or maybe she'll see it later. Hi, Susie. Hi, Susie. How's it going? I hope you guys are all doing well, of course. Today was what? Tuesday. I hope you had a good Tuesday. Ready for hump day tomorrow. Good. I'm glad you're doing well, Susie. I was going to do a video about Dylan Mulvaney coming out as a lesbian, but I just literally didn't have it in me because I had so much stuff going on in my own life that I ended up just posting a very candid video where I was talking about the problems that I've been having with Gunnar lately. And I got a lot of responses, and some of them were very encouraging and supportive. Some of them were some good advice. A lot of them were also just sort of annoying advice. And I thought maybe I would, respond to some of them. And I wanted to give you an update. Today was a really hard day. Thank you, Susie. Yeah, today he was very moody all day. He's really overwhelmed with the stress of doing exams, and he basically he just refused to go to the one on Monday. He refused to go to the math exam. Tomorrow he has history exam, and he's very good in history, and I think he could pass, but sorry, he just says I don't even want to go. And I told him, well, you can't get out of it. If you don't show up, they're just going to postpone it, and you're going to have to go another time. If you want a 0, you have to show up, write your name, and walk out. Otherwise, they're going to just keep rescheduling you. And he's like, why? And I said, well, that's the law. And he's like, well, that doesn't make any sense, and it's a stupid law. This kind of arguing that kids will do where it's they're not facing reality. Reality is there's no way to get out of it. Sorry, I'm just going to see the comments. So he is very, very stressed all day. He was kicking around and hitting the walls and, making noises. And it's very stressful for me to be around somebody like that. He's pretty big now. It's not that I think he's going to hurt me, but I'm more worried about he's going to hurt my furniture or he's going to hurt himself. And just being in a house with somebody who kicks off like that, it's a bad vibe, it's a bad feeling. You know what it's like to live with someone who has tantrums? It's very stressful, and I managed to mostly keep calm on the outside and not show how I feel. Inside, I'm screaming. Inside, I'm like, I'm freaking out, I'm screaming, but on the outside, I just keep quiet because I know that if I show my stress, it's going to make it worse. If I yell at him, it's going to make it worse. If I try to talk to him, it's going to make it worse. So really, I want to open my package. That's what I want to do. But I did want to respond to some of the things people said on my other video. I'm feeling worn out today with him, with his behavior. And some people said, oh, why don't you get Aaron to do this or that, or he needs his mail or whatever. He has his father, and Aaron does help, but most of the time it's me. And Aaron wasn't here all day, and I finally called him and I was like, listen, I need help. You got to get up here. And yes, sometimes he responds differently to Aaron because Aaron is more like a buddy. I think that sometimes Gunnar is just so irritable that just my presence, my voice, just my existence just irritates him. He just wants to be alone. But when he's really kicking off, I don't feel like I can leave him alone. Anyway, people say, why don't you talk to him? Well, you can't talk people out of this. Or he would have been talked out of it a long time ago. Anyway, you guys want me to open the package? I'll talk more about what's going on with Gunnar after. But it really is autism-related stuff. I feel like there's nobody in the chat room. Where are you guys? Oh, there are chats. I'm just not seeing them. Okay, wait. Let me just put my book in front of my face here so I don't have to see myself. I can't look at myself in the video while I'm talking to you guys. Um, okay. Oh, sorry about the noise. Trucks. Okay, Lynn, you said you grew up with a brother who was ill and you thought he was going to kill you in the middle of the night. That's horrible. I can only imagine. And I know that this happens sometimes with people who are like, they have somebody in the family as a personality disorder or bipolar or schizophrenic. Gunner's not at that level. Like, he's not, he doesn't threaten me. He's never said anything mean to me or bad or like, I'm going to hurt you, or he's never ever done that. It's not that kind of a thing. It's like a shutdown where he's not able to communicate and he just sort of grunts and hits himself. It looks exactly like an autistic meltdown, because that's what it is. It's just like it's like he wants to jump out of his skin and he's just hitting himself and grunting and goes around and around and around the apartment, sort of paces. And you know what's hard today? He refused to eat all day. He was very upset and he just wouldn't eat. And it's a bad combination, you know. And it's been like that since he was little. When he doesn't eat for a long time and his blood sugar is low, he tends to have like meltdowns and shutdowns. It did get better for a while with maturity and his medication, which was a clonidine, but he decided that he wouldn't take it. And all day I've been telling him, please, Gunnar, just take half a clonidine. He hasn't taken it in months, but he just wouldn't take it. There's not much you can do. You can't like make the person swallow it pill. But I said, I recommend that you take it because you're extremely irritable to the point where you're too irritated to eat. And because you won't eat, your blood sugar's off. And so you're more irritable and, you know, he won't take it. He doesn't like to take any kind of advice. He tends to be very caught up in the moment and his own feelings. It's, you know, it's a combination of autism and, you know, adolescence. But it's not like, see, the difference with a kid who's not autistic is the only way you would get, like, unless there was some kind of developmental disability or something's wrong with them, the only way you could get this kind of behavior would be if you were a horrible parent. And I've seen, like, I've done, you know, Sunday school art classes with the kids, and these are neurotypical children, and I was just blown away at how, first of all, how responsive they are. They're looking at you, they're looking in your eyes, they're constantly monitoring your response. They respond accordingly. And if you give them rules, they'll be very aware of these rules, and they tend to want to follow them. They're very aware of not wanting to upset people or get into trouble, you know. And you'll have kids that are kind of hyper and they fail to follow the rules because they just can't help themselves. Or occasionally you might get someone who likes to push buttons, but I'd say there might be something wrong with that one. But usually kids, they respond to your emotions, and you can use that as leverage. And they also respond to rewards and consequences because they are able to control themselves. They want to people please. They don't want to get in trouble. So you can use all that as leverage. I mean, don't forget, I have a degree in art education. So there's some education background, and I have 2.5 years out of a 4-year specialization in education. Like, I have 5.5 years of training in education. So I've done all these courses in child development, educational psychology, pedagogy. Like, I've done all that. So I know how these things work. And I thought that because of all this knowledge I have, that I would be effective at, you know, raising my son, educating him and training him. I mean, on the parenting end, they need love and they need you to be patient and supportive. But on the educational end, you know, I thought I would do this great job, but turns out he's autistic. A lot of things that I wanted to do with him, like, it didn't work out. But I think that considering his personality and what we're dealing with, we've done quite well. Because when I took him to get evaluated for autism when he was about 6, that psychologist was not even able to perform the evaluation. He just ran out. He wouldn't do what she wanted. He tried to run out the stairwell. She went after him, threatened him that she was going to call the police. She had told me and Aaron to step out while she did the assessment. And we were like, oh, great. We went down for a coffee. First time we'd been alone together in a long time. So we were like, all right, cool. And we didn't think twice about it because she is a professional psychologist who deals with autistic children. So we felt totally confident that she would be taking care of him. We weren't at all worried. A short time later, we get a phone call that we need to come upstairs, and we find that she's got our son in a restraint hold on the coffee table with the help of like 2 other adults. This is a 6-year-old, and she's a professional psychologist who deals with autism. So we were really shocked, and it turned out that he was so unruly that she couldn't deal with him. And she said to me, first of all, she tried to do an IQ test with him. She only got halfway through, and she said he had an average IQ of 100, which was wrong. He has an IQ of 130. Once we got him properly tested, his IQ was higher. She says to me, it's not ADHD and it's not autism. I don't know what it is, but it's very serious. And listen, I'll be honest with you. She said to me something like, she alluded to the idea that I was raising like a future serial killer. I'm not kidding you. She made it sound like this child was going to grow up to be an absolute psychopath, that it was some kind of a severe personality disorder that he was born with. This is what she said to me. She charged me $1,600 to do the autism evaluation, and she wasn't able to complete it. But just to give you an idea how difficult he is, that even this person who specializes in autism and evaluating children couldn't deal with him. And she thought he was going to be the next Jeffrey Dahmer. I said, well, what do I do now? She told me to take him to the hospital. So we took him in emergency, and that's how we got into the whole system of dealing with the psych, with the Jewish, and him being in the day program, and him being switched to English school, and the whole next few years of them basically being in control of his education and also his treatment, which we had very little that we could say about it, or they would have taken us to court. We pretty much had to do whatever they wanted. So, I mean, he was so difficult that he was taken out of kindergarten to go to the hospital day program for first grade. He was switched schools they had put him in one school. He had switched again. That school also couldn't handle him. He was switched to an autism classroom. They also, after 3 months, the aide in there was apparently hitting him, is what he said. He ended up punching her. I had to take him out. I mean, no one could handle this kid. So it's very easy for a viewer to look at me and say, well, you must have done this, you must have done that. But actually, there's something about the way he's wired. He's very difficult to handle. He's fine as long as you leave him alone. He's a lovely person. He's funny. He's kind. He's very talented. But try to get him to do anything. And I've said this many times. He's fine as long as you don't try to get him to do anything. Try to get him on board with what other people are doing. But he has good manners. Like, I've raised him well. I can bring him to church and he's not going to act up. He'll behave himself. But if you try to get him on board, it never would happen. It's very difficult. And I mean, he really makes an effort. But anyway, the point being, this is how he is. And he's been different since he was born. Babies usually, they not only make eye contact, but they lock on eye contact. They look at you like you're the most fascinating thing they've ever seen. And they respond readily to your expressions and your emotions and what you say. And this is what's so rewarding about interacting with an infant, is that they're so responsive. Well, Gunnar was never like that. I mean, he did smile, but he would not respond to my voice. He would not respond to his name. He would not respond to my tone of voice. And these are things that, this isn't parenting. This is developmental, because little babies are made to have these things like as a reflex, as an instinct, that if the mother sounds like, oh no, that the baby's going to respond like, uh-oh, something's not right. That the alarm of the mother's going to transfer to the child. But Gunnar didn't have that. They normally would orient to their name. They would orient to their mother's voice. He never had that. He was not born with that. So despite all the things people have said about is because I parent this way or that way, I know that he was born different because he never had any of that. Did he bond? Yeah, he did bond with me, because the way they can test for bonding is if when the mother's away, the child gets upset, but then when the mother returns, the child calms down. That shows a secure attachment, and he had that. If I was gone, he could be inconsolable. There was only one person he could also be with, and that was Joel. Actually, at the time, he was he was very bonded with Joel also, but he was bonded with me, and he would calm down when I came. He would soothe when I came back. You know, so it was obvious that he is strongly attached. Plus, I did attachment parenting. I extended breastfed him with the natural weaning, where you taper off slowly, which he did at 3 years. I did co-sleep when he was little. I wore him as a baby in a carrier. I did elimination communication, where instead of toilet training, they just learned their signal. So imagine, like, I'm wearing my baby all the time, and I'm taking the time to unwrap him, hold him over a bowl, to eliminate. I'm breastfeeding him extensively. I'm nurturing him. I'm sleeping. I did everything that you could possibly do to make a child feel secure and attached. So you don't get attachment disorders when you've had this kind of loving parenting, you know? Attachment disorder is when you've been neglected or abused. It's not an attachment disorder, and it's not a parenting issue. It's really a developmental disability. And it's taught me a lot about people in general, because, you know, before, when I'd see bad behavior from a person, I would say, what an asshole, you know? Now when I see behaviors, I think there's maybe something really wrong with that person. Hi, Bella. Hi, Adrienne. Hi, Rapey. I don't know, pronounce that the wrong way. Hi, Joan. Thanks, you guys, for joining me. There's something about how he's wired. I don't know why. I mean, look, he was an IVF baby. I had a zillion ultrasounds while I was pregnant. We could take a guess about why he's like that. I don't know, but he is, and it does handicap him. Well, he just came in the door too, so I better watch what I say now. I wanted to tell you guys, though, you know. Give me a second. Let me just tell them that, like, I'm just doing my live. You guys, I'm just doing my live, okay? Okay. So, wait, let me just scroll up the comments too. Oh, wait, there's a bunch of them. So, yeah, like, he didn't ask to be born this way, you know, just like a person who's schizophrenic doesn't ask to be schizophrenic. A person with ADHD doesn't ask to be ADHD, but, like, I don't know what they go through, because I don't have ADHD, but I've seen some videos about what people describe, and it must be very difficult, you know? So, I mean, who knows? Some people just have more challenges that make it difficult for them to function and to interact with other people. So my son has, and there's no, like, easy answer. And what do they call them? PDD-NOS. Remember they used to call, like, if it wasn't the classic autism and it wasn't Asperger, and they call PDD-NOS. That's pervasive developmental disorder or disability, not otherwise specified. And pervasive means it's not just in one context. So it's not like if he goes somewhere else, he stops being this way. He's like that at home. He's like that at school. If he has a job, he'd be like that at the job. He's just like that. He's just like that all the time, you know. And he has good sides, which you guys have seen, that are, like, not maladjusted. Like, he's emotionally okay. He's spiritually okay. He's basically a nice person. But this aspect, this disability, it's everywhere. Hi, Joan. Thank you, Joan, for saying he's adorable. He is talented. You know, the thing with school is he wants to be there. He wants to be with other kids, and they had a really great music program, and he got a lot out of it. Hi, Tess. He did get a lot out of school. I don't feel like I have it in me to deal with him at home every day. Like, I was saying to him, well, listen, if you want to just be homeschooled, I guess we can do it. But you guys know how my life is. I take care of Aaron. I try to run a business. I take care of my mom. I do all the shopping, all the food prep, all the cleaning, all the laundry, like, for everyone. So, like, when am I supposed to exactly teach him, you know? Like, where am I supposed to get this resources from? And I deal with fatigue also. sleep disorder. So I don't know. I don't know if I do a very good job. I did it before, but I thought I was going to die. I was so burnt out at the end. I seriously did. I had such a burnout. Activities where you can bond. Well, he refuses to go to camp, first of all. Let's get that straight. Yeah, he's in the band at school. He was. He has friends, you know. He has like a nice little circle of friends at this point. Most of them are autistic. And what's cool is some of them went to his school and then left, and he stayed friends with them. His best friend, Brahman. And, well, there's another one, but he doesn't see him so often now. And he's got another friend called Maddie. And then he's introduced to some of Maddie's friends or Brahman's friends. And some of his friends are like, there was this one guy who came over the other day and he's not autistic. He's 18 years old. Like, this guy was a man and like good looking, like handsome, like grown man with his shit together, you know? And I was like, holy crap, you know, like they're not little kids anymore. This was a full grown man. And he looked like, you know, any day now he's gonna make upper management and like be buying a BMW. I mean, they didn't look like little kids at all, you know? Well, not that one. Yeah, he does have friends from being in the autism program. He met some guys, and then, like I say, through them, he met other people. And he has a lot of friends online. You know, I know that, first of all, there's no easy answers, and I kind of almost don't even care. I care, of course, with school, but I know that I can't control the outcome. I can do my best, but in the end, I can't control the outcome. And honestly, after a day like today he was rampaging all day. He was very, very agitated. And it's horrible for me. It's like, I think also like as a woman to live with a male who can be so agitated, it's really like, it makes me feel very unsafe, and I don't want to be dealing with that. And I don't feel like I should be dealing with that. You know, it's really hard. And I called Aaron and I was like, feeling really desperate. I was like, please come home. I really need help, you know? And he finally did, but it's like traumatizing for me every time Gunner's like that, because he's so big and he's so strong. And I've worked really hard all my life just to have the little bit of stuff that I have. And I feel a bit stabbed in the heart when I see my things get broken. I feel like it's totally fucked up, you know, like they'll throw my furniture. I worked hard for that. You know what I mean? I want to have a nice place. I don't want my shit to be all broken. I don't want holes in the walls. That's one side of it. And the other side is that I'm worried for him. I'm not worried at all that he would hurt me. Like, it doesn't even cross my mind. I know he would never do that. It's not like that. It's just he's so frustrated with himself that I'm afraid for him that he's gonna not hurt himself like on purpose, like, oh, I hate myself, I hate my life, but just that he's gonna be so out of control that he's gonna hit something, or he's gonna hit himself. Or like one time he threw himself on the floor and he hit his chin so hard, and I was really scared for him. You know, like it only takes a minute to like hurt yourself. Like, what if he like in a moment he like hits his head on something? You got hit on the head with a jug of milk? Oh my god. By your kid? Lincoln? Oh, your best friend? Your best friend did that? Not very good friend. I mean, I used to get mad when I was a teenager too, so I sympathize. Like, I used to like push everything off my desk or like flip things, you know. I did that too. Not my parents' stuff, just my stuff. But I was very aggravated with my parents, but I try not to aggravate Gunner. See, breaking the teeth, like that's the kind of thing I'm worried about. Galley Sally says, my son has broken his front teeth himself more than once. See, I'm scared of that. I don't want him to break his teeth. Please. I've done everything I could to make sure his teeth were good. I don't want him to hurt himself. It only takes a second to lose control and hurt yourself, you know? So it's really stressful. And it was like all day. Yes, like being around alcoholics. Yeah, it's like being around somebody who's like not right. Yeah, Ellie showed signs of being autistic from day one of his birth, Adrienne. I saw signs in my son too, you know, like I was in the mom and baby class, and he wasn't, I don't know, he was like only a few weeks old, you know. So he they were like showing us how to do baby massage, and he was the only one who didn't like it. Like all the other babies would respond, and he would just like, don't touch me. Well, you know, like Joan says, try to let him be. I do, but like I also take my responsibility as a parent seriously. I'm not gonna just like slack off. I've always like taken it on myself to give him a lot of support, because there's not a lot out there. You know, people think that you have access to like a zillion resources, but it's not really like that. And money too. Like, I mean, you know, there's some things where, you know, you drop a bit of money once and then the rest of the time we live like very minimal, low overhead, right? It's not the same as like paying thousands of dollars week after week for like therapy and resources. Like, we don't have that kind of money, you know. And I have paid for therapy, and I should have just burnt my money. It was a complete waste. You know, when you start a therapy, you don't know, is it going to work or it's not going to work. The help we got from the Miriam home, that was good. That's how we learned how to take the metro. But I went to Linda Aber once and I paid her, and it was a waste. Hi, Rosie. Rosie says, my best friend's daughter grew up with hyperactivity with oppositional defiancy and oppositional defiant disorder. It was hard on everybody. She's going into a pretty good mother now with 4 children. Awesome. Eggs, meat, high-fat dairy. Yeah. Well, he was like this when he was breastfed. He was also the same person. Yeah, I'm frugal, Susie. Yeah, save and splurge. Is it better to get all the government help before he's 18? What help? You know, people think that there's all this help out there. There really isn't. He has it. He already had his help. We got funding for camp. He had the therapy. Listen, Rosie's here. Hi, Rosie. Rosie, look what I got today. I picked it up. I'm so excited. You see this, Rosie? It's your package that you sent me. I want to make sure that Rosie knows. Rosie, don't go anywhere. I'm going to open it live. His brain is wired differently. Yeah, it really is. I just want to cut him some slack, because I know that I was also like really difficult when I was younger, and all I wanted was support and understanding. Like, if I look back, what did I really need? I needed support and understanding. My parents were very authoritarian. Well, my mom, you know, she did it, the child rearing. I had a very nice nanny. I told you guys before. The nanny was very loving. My mother was pretty authoritarian, and it didn't work for me because it wasn't intentional. It was just developmental. And me, what I was doing was I was so into my interest, which was piano and painting, that kind of thing, that if you asked me to do anything else, it was very hard to get my focus on it, like set the table or vacuum the house, or like maybe ironing, I didn't mind so much, or even just to respond to what you were saying. She wanted me to do a lot of housework, and it was hard to get me on it, you know, and she'd get very stressed if I didn't get on it right away. And she'd get very frustrated with me. I hope Rosie is still there. Rosie, please show me signs of life. You have to be there, because I'm going to open your package. I'm waiting until you leave me a comment so I know that you're there. Yes. Okay. I got 3 hearts, 3 green hearts. Excellent. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Let's open this package. I got my little razor here. This is so cool. Rosie must set an absolute fortune on the postage. Thank you so much. This is going to be so awesome. I know what's in here because she asked me if I wanted it. I do have a P.O. box, but I never really gave it out. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'll give it out on Patreon or something. Anybody wants to. Well, I'll tell you honestly, like in the past, I didn't want to give it out because back in the day, like when I was like more popular, there was also a lot of haters, and some people were really crazy. And I got the P.O. box so that like if I did communicate with my audience, it wouldn't be my home address. But I realized, well, I'm the only one who has this name in Montreal, so if I give my P.O. box with my name, they're pretty quickly they're gonna know that it's me, and then they just look me up. And I didn't feel safe, you know. That's why I didn't want to give it out. But now nobody cares. I'm like an old has-been, so it should be safe enough. Your Nana and your Pop would let you have Pepsi and candy, and you'd be wild at school at week. all week. It was like a one big crazy party. Adrienne says her husband is all over the spectrum. Presents like a narcissist, BPD, artistic, all in one. And that, it does happen. Like, I've known some autistic people who have very difficult personalities. I knew this one woman who had a PhD and she couldn't hold a job because she was bloody impossible. Yeah, it took a lot of patience to deal with her. So here we have ranch. It says Stars Ranch, apples, premium. It looks very American. I like it. Oh, and that's only the box. Wait till we see what's inside. I'm gonna open it with the razor. I sent a package out today too. I finally sold this white linen dress. You put pipe cleaners? You put pipe cleaners in there? Okay. I don't know what about pipe cleaners. I've known Rosie for a very long time. Hi, Kanga. How are you doing? I've known Rosie for ages, like from way back in the day when I did my kombucha giveaway, and I gave everyone like bits of the mother of my kombucha. I don't know, man, Rosie, like you really like sealed this thing up like a time capsule. Trying to figure out how to open it. Pipe cleaners. Hold on. It's coming. Slowly, though. I don't know why it's so hard for me to open it. I'm trying. I don't know, man. Like, it's really glued. Glued it good. Okay, I'm going to try a different way. I can't figure it out. Rosie, you want to give me some tips? But what, I don't get it about the pipe cleaners. What does that mean? It's like I can clean my pipe that I smoke my mullein in. Oops. Oh my gosh. Cut the lid from around the bottom. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. Hold on a second. I'm gonna open this big American package. Okay. Now I think I'm making some progress. I'm going to send you something back, Rosie. I'm going to send you a little surprise. You know, my friend Karen from New Jersey, I've been meaning to send her a package too, but I don't know. I gotta also send my aunt a letter. It seems like every day, you know what? Somebody said there are things that are important and there are things that are urgent. And sometimes you get stuck doing all the urgent things and you don't get around to the important things. And that's kind of how it is with some of my mail that I want to send people. It's important, but there's always something urgent. I got to deal with the urgent stuff first. All right. There we go. Yeah, it's giving me a workout, a mental workout. Okay, should I turn it over? Oh my God, it looks so cool. Oh my God, it's so nice. Oh my God, Rosie. It's beautiful, you guys. Look what she sent me. A washboard. Wow. And for Gunner, I found something Viking. Okay, she sent something. That's amazing. Rosie, thank you so much. You guys know why I wanted this so bad. And it's really beautiful. Like, I've seen some. I'm smelling the wood. It has that smell like it was at an auction or something, you know? Like that antique smell. A musical instrument, yeah. But you know why I wanted this? Because the washing machine is too expensive. It costs me $5 for washer and dryer. Often it doesn't come out clean from the washer and it doesn't come out dry from the dryer, so it's kind of a ripoff. Like if you put in a big load, you don't even get good washing. So Gunner usually has one load per week and I have one, and then I have to do two for Aaron. So I started washing all my clothes by hand because look, they're just like little thin things. So this is great. So that's going to help me scrub my clothes. And then what I need to do is get the wringer, you know, to squeeze it out. That is the thing that stops me from doing my laundry by hand. It's the wringing, you know, when you're like, I can never get it done very well. I have a drying rack. Now I have a scrubber. Thank you so much, Rosie. It's beautiful, eh, you guys? You see it's got stuff on, it says stuff on the wood. What does it say on there? National number 1801. This patented washing surface will cleanse delicate fabrics without damage and avoid the destructive effect of strong washing compounds. Cool. Machine washing or hard rubbing on old style washboards. Wait, what? Okay. Oh, okay. And avoid the destructive effects of strong washing compounds, machine washing, or hard rubbing on old style washboards. I get it. So this is like a delicate washboard. Super cool. What does it say? Make your something last longer. Your clothes, probably. Saginaw, Chicago, Memphis National Washboard Company. Amazing. I'm going to hang it up too because it's so beautiful. And it has like a hole there. It has a hole up here. So I can hang it. It's like, it's nice enough that it can go up on the wall. Wow, very cool. Thank you. That's going to help me. A salad spinner for my clothes? I don't think they would fit in the salad spinner. It's not a bad idea, actually. I never thought of that. Like, it would be good for maybe underwear. But I don't think I could fit anything larger in there. Nice little American paper bags, too. You know me, I'm a big recycler. I would reuse the bags and everything. Like cannibalize the whole thing and even use the bones. Okay, I'm gonna open this little envelope. What's this? Is that a flint? Is that a flint, Rosie? Thank you. That's really cool. Just want to make her package heavier. Oh my god, wait, that looks like a real like carved. That's super cool. What is this? No, it's not a crystal. I don't think it's obsidian. It looks like a, I don't know, it looks like caveman stuff. Rosie, don't go away. We need you to tell us. Okay, wait, she did send a letter, so okay, there's 2 of them in there. Tools, you know? Yeah, an arrowhead. Obsidian. Maybe it is obsidian. Okay, she sent me something here. I mean, I will read it to you, but maybe I'll check first whether it says anything incriminating that we have to keep between. Okay. Oh, Gunner, 2 halves of some tools. The Indians? Maybe she meant Indians or the in-laws? It says Indians. I think Rosie, are you talking about Indians here? Indians. It's got to be Indians. The Indians here made. Sorry, not a whole one. I found them here on around our land. Oh my God. Oh. The stone is called flint, and the Indians are the Anasazis. Holy crap, Rosie. That's amazing. Rosie, please tell me you're still here. You found these on your property? Anasazi Indians? Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah, no, it's fine that it's broken. Oh my God, that's like crazy. Like this is like, these must be really old, like from the 1800s or something. Rosie, how old do you think these are? You can see like where they hacked away at it and like chips of flint came out. Yeah, that's what I thought it was flint. Sort of flakes. Amazing. Thank you so much. How old do you think it is? From where? The ruins? There's ruins? It's flint, you guys. For sure it's flint. Let me just check something. I'm just to see what state you're in. Was it Arizona? Utah. I went through Utah once. Anasazi Indians. That's amazing. I'm I'm gonna ask Gunnar to come in here in a minute, but I'll do this first. Super cool. Let me just see. Okay, what's in here? Let me just make sure it's nothing illegal. Get me kicked off YouTube. Something that Rosie made. Oh. Oh my God, so nice. Rosie, so generous of you. Oh my gosh, what is it? Hey, wow, these are cool. What are they though? Very beautiful. Oh, for Aaron. Oh, when you said pipe cleaners. For friends, for Sonia. Okay, wait a second. Wait. I'm trying to understand what these are. What you probably can tell, pipe pokers. Bolster pins. These are the, okay, pipe pokers or bolster pins that Rosie has been making and selling forever. Mostly she gives them to her friends. So let me show you what she made. These are for Aaron. These are pretty cool. I never seen anything like this. Now I can't read your comments because I took my glasses off. Oh, hi Joey, how are you? All right, so a pipe bowl poker is really beautiful. What a gorgeous bead up here. Wow, really cool looking. I'm gonna have to show that to Aaron. It looks almost like something you want to wear like as a brooch, you know, stick it in my hair. I don't think it would stay. Very cool. I've never seen anything like that. I did not know people did this with pipes. This one has a face on it. Can you see that? It looks like actually like it's like a monkey face. Cool, eh? For cleaning the bong. Oh, oh my God! And she sent some for Gunnar and for me. Thank you. Like, she sends us pins for cleaning our bongs, and she sends us like a whole like family supply. We smoke a lot of bongs, you know what I mean? Let's not forget some for Anita. This one's cool. This is really neat. This is a peace sign with some blue beads. And this is a little skull. Can you guys see it? I don't know if it's going to focus on it. I don't know if this is going to work if I do this. I don't think so. Anyway, this one's a skull. This one's a peace sign. These are for the little bowls. And this is for like the medium-sized bowl. Like if you had a kind of a hard day. And this is for a day like today where you need like a really huge bowl. Excellent. How did this even fit in there? We're gonna have to get some bowls now. I do have one. Actually, I'll show you my bowl. Hold on. Pipe pokers or bolsters? Bolster. Hi, Annette. Yes, they remind me of hat pins too, Melanie. It's very cool. They're very beautiful. Hold on a second. Oh my God. This thing is amazing. For those of you who didn't see it, look, Rosie sent me this to do my hand washing, which is amazing because I really need that. It's going to make my life a lot easier. Thank you. Again. Here, hold on. I do have a pipe, but I only smoke mullein in it. Hold on. I think I lost the screen too, though. So what are you supposed to do? Like take this and clean the bowl with it? Like that? Or I guess you could poke holes through your screen if they get blocked. That's Anita's pipe. That's my mullein pipe. I smoke mullein if I get like a chest cold or something. Victorian style hat pins? You do? Amazing. These are super gorgeous. I love this one. It's for the big bowl. Very nice, Rosie. Very cool. You have an eBay store, right? Can you put the link for your eBay store in case people want to go check it out? And she has these. Yeah, just go ahead and put it in the chat. Yeah, I smoke mullein. I was kind of resistant to it. I was like, like how can smoking something help you when you have a cough? But in the past, when okay, this hasn't happened since last time I had this happen was last summer. Gunnar did not have a poker. That's okay. He can use his dad's. We can share our pokers. So, yeah, like I heard about smoking mullein for like, actually they recommend making mullein tea to help clear out your lungs. That you just keep drinking mullein tea every day and it's supposed to help clear out your lungs. So they say. But also if you're having like what I was having, that you can smoke it. And I was kind of like, how's that going to work? But I tried it and it ended up working. And every time I would get this, because before when I get some kind of respiratory thing, it would always go down into my chest and stay there. And I would be coughing for like 6 weeks, especially back in the day when I used to smoke. So I started smoking the mullein and it seemed to really help a lot. I remember like after the whole pandemic when nobody had been sick for 2 years and then we all started getting sick, I had some really bad respiratory things. And that's what I did. I smoked the mullein. These are for separating your eyelashes. Look how cute they are. I really like this one especially. It's like that Murano style with the Millefiori in it. Can you guys see them? Might be a little blurry. Little tiny pins. These are so cute. They're like hat pins. Is it okay if I put them in my hat? Rosie? I would put it in my hat. Separating your eyelashes. Just be careful. Don't poke your eye out. So these are for my friends. Do I have to give them to my friends? I want to keep the one with the flowers. I will though. I'll give them away. But I think I'm going to keep the flower one though. Separating your eyelashes. Okay. These are groovy. These are really cool. These are the ones she gave me. This green one. Like, I wonder... Okay, this one's amazing. This one looks kind of Victorian. Doesn't that look cool? Use them for fun, dude. I'm gonna swallow it. This one, this is gorgeous. I think this is my favorite. It's got like little rhinestones in here. Is this what you meant by the Victorian one? Voodoo doll pins. Yeah, like if I have a voodoo doll, I can use these. I love this one too. It has gold on it. Well, no, I won't poke my eye out. But I love this one so much. I'm wondering, like, can you use it as a brooch or is it going to destroy your clothes? Cool. I don't know, man. Like, it doesn't go with this, but it certainly looked very cool in a hat. That's a trip. I've never seen anything like it. Thank you. Thank you, Rosie. Oh, I have a hole in my nose. I do have a piercing. Scrape it, poke holes in your screen. Aha, yeah. Okay, that's cool. Very thoughtful of you. I know what it's like to get a screen that's all gummed up and then I poke the holes with a pin. But yeah, I would definitely use one of these. I think that's awesome. They're so gorgeous. Thank you. Did you put your link? Put your link for your eBay, Rosie. So they can go and... Oh my God, a vintage scarf. Man, it's so hot in here. I put this shirt on because I was like, don't show up on YouTube in your tank top. It's not even decent. But it's like, I'm dying here, you guys. Screw it. I can't anymore. I'm sorry. Like, I really tried, but I just can't anymore. It's too hot. But anyway, it's not like I'm not dressed. I'm just not dressed very appropriately. Opening stubborn suck CD and DVD players. I'm gonna check something out here. Hold on a second. A bookmark, yeah? Oh, man, I gotta finish with this thing. This is my Victorian shelf that I made. You guys know. I still got my implants on it. Like, I decoupaged the whole thing. Now it's got Aaron's stuff here. But see, I decoupaged it and I just have to lacquer it. But I don't like dealing with the lacquer, so I've been procrastinating. But I really need to get it done. But in case you didn't know what it was, that's what that is. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna try to like grab a scarf here. I have one. Actually, you know what? This one, I've always wanted to mention this too. Remember, like during that whole Tony Podesta thing with the emails with like the walnut sauce and a pizza, a pizza themed map or something like that. And people were like, "There's no such thing as a a map, a pizza themed map. There's no such thing as a handkerchief with a map on it." And I was like, "Oh yes, there is. Believe it or not." Huh, I should turn it this way. Maybe it'll be not backwards for you. See this? See how it says like Camden Town? It says like all these English places. It's a map of part of London on a scarf. So yes, they do make handkerchiefs with maps on them. It is possible. So maybe a pizza related map. It could also happen. So let me just see what happens if I do this and then I put one of the pins in it. Let's take a little one. I wonder if that would work. I'd have to like practice. I don't know how they do these things. I don't have much experience in things Victorian. Does that work? Oh, where'd it go? Oh, I guess you could pin it like that. I guess that's possible. As long as you don't stab yourself. What do you think? Does that make sense? I guess it could be done. You could pin the scarf like that. I have a really cool scarf clip where you put it through and then you put it through again and it's amazing. And I have 2 of them and I could sell them, but I don't want to. I keep those for me because it's like the best way to wear your scarf. I wish I could show it to you, but I have it like put away right now. But yeah, it's cute, eh? Yeah, you could do that. I just have to make sure that like it's not. No, it's pretty secure. I'd just be scared that like I'd have a mishap and like fall down the stairs and like poke this into my jugular vein or something. I don't know. I need some advice for like how it's done so I don't kill myself with it. The hot pins? Well, let's just make sure that I'm doing it right. I don't know. I feel a bit nervous having pins around my neck. Oh my God, the scarf clip. Oh my God, it's the coolest thing. I wish I could show you. I should show you. Like my scarves are all put away. Wait, where are my scarves? Yeah, I have a scarf box. I listed a few of them. Anyway, thank you so much, Rosie. Wait, there's one more envelope here. It's for Gunnar. I'm gonna give him the flint. A brooch. Yeah, like if I like to wear blazers sometimes, so I could definitely put it in there. And I have a hat. Let me just go check it out because like I'm really curious about this hat. I love this hat. It's a vintage Kangol from the 70s, which I rescued. And let's see if it works with a hat pin. These are so gorgeous. This is my favorite here. This looks Victorian. Okay, so where would I put the hat pin? Like in the hat or in the brim? I don't want to ruin it because I do want to sell this hat. I'll put it in here. I don't know how this works. I don't know much about these things. If I'm doing it wrong, let me know. Will I homeschool Gunnar? Well, I'm trying to decide, but honestly, like I take care of Aaron and I take care of my mother. I'm trying to run a business so we don't end up in the poorhouse. And I have chronic fatigue problems. He's also very like not cooperative, so I don't know, man. I don't know if I would be able to do a very good job. How does a hat pin work? It's just sort of like that. It's pretty cool. Cool little hat though, eh? It's up on my Poshmark if anybody wants it. I do love it. It's a little tight on me. But isn't it cute? It's like 1970s hat. What's wrong with Gunnar in it? He can't handle school. He gets too much stress and he's constantly like having shutdowns and meltdowns and he's not getting his work done. And the fact that he can't get it done is giving more stress. It's giving him a lot of stress and it's giving us a lot of stress too. He was not going to go to summer school, Cassie. He's just not going to do it. Well, school's not a good fit, but he wants to be there. So that's the thing. Like he wants to be there with the other people and he wants to have the experience and do music class and be in the band. But he can't handle the stress. Maybe it's just a bad year. He did okay the 2 years before. But the 2 years before I would drive there and then he would refuse to get out of the car and you'd be like, completely freaking out in the car and crying and stuff. Okay, Rosie said you stick it through your hat and throw your bun, and it keeps the wind from blowing your hat away. Oh, through your bun. Oh, is that what it's for? Oh, that's cool. Okay, I get it now. So, oops, also my hat's on backwards. Okay, so I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, he did summer school 1 year. Guess what that meant? I was doing summer school. I had to open the thing. I had to facilitate. I had to get him into the thing. Like, he doesn't have the wherewithal. I would put him in the class, and then I would have to keep him in the room. He kept freaking out and trying to leave. He had a lot of breakdowns. Like, he really, like, it was me, like, relentlessly coaching and encouraging him. It was like every second of every class he was like about to completely give up and break down, and it was very intense for me. I just don't know if I can handle it. Like, I'm so burnt out. I've been doing this forever. It's very intense, you know. Okay, I don't know about the short hair. My ear's sticking out now too. I'm starting to look more and more like Michael Jackson or Annie Hall or something. Okay, so I poke this through without giving myself a trephination operation. Okay, it's passing through my hair and it's coming out the other side. Excellent. Hey. Okay, well, I don't have to have my hair up for that, do I? Okay, let's do it down here. So this is how you wear a hat pin, huh? So that your hat doesn't blow away. It's gonna, you know what, you guys, my hair is so thin. Oh, okay. It'll blow like this. My hair is so thin, it's not anchoring it very well. Oh no. It's cool though. It's a good idea. And I definitely have a couple hats that could use that. This thing's cool. It's like, it's Angora. Super soft rabbit. Wool bearing rabbit. Okay, I'm going to put this hat pin away. I want to show you the scarf pin, you know. I've been doing that a lot when I come on here. I show you all my cool stuff. A clutch on the end so you don't poke yourself. Oh, okay. Like for an earring. Yes, I can do that. Thank you. I didn't even think of that. But yeah, I can do that. I have those things. I'll get a nice little gold one and stick it on the end. And I'll start rocking those hat pins. Maybe I'll start a trend around here. College music classes. Well, I don't think they would take him at this point because he doesn't have theory. And college doesn't usually take you unless you graduated high school. So I don't know about that. I mean, I've never heard of such a thing. Usually they don't take you. I mean, he might be able to get into like a night class or something. No, they wouldn't take me at all until I had my GED. From what I remember, they wouldn't even like consider, even for night classes. Audit them? I guess it's possible. It's not a bad idea. Maybe ask him if he wants to audit some classes. You know, it's iffy with him though, because he could go and be like, wow, this is really cool and I really want to do this, and it could inspire him, or it could make him feel intimidated and completely put him off. You never know with him. It could go either way. What's this? No way. No way, Rosie. Thank you. You sent me like a treasure trove. Wow. Amazing. Yeah, they have adult education, but you have to be an adult or be dropped out of high school. Would he qualify for disability? Yeah, probably. I have the papers there. He qualified before. But the problem is I don't remember his social insurance number, so like it like ran out a couple of years ago, and I didn't even know it ran, like his qualification ran out. And but I only used it for his savings. Like I made a disability savings account and I'd been putting money in it, you know? And then they told me 1 year that I did like, you know, I don't know, there was some issue with it. And I was like, why? Is it because I didn't do my taxes? I can't put money in it? And then I found out that it's because I had to renew it and I didn't do it. And I was like, well, that's fine. I spent all my money on my trip to Europe anyway. So, but yeah, more arrowheads. This is so cool. Rosie, how old do you think these things are? Throw your bun out. Oh yeah. Yeah. You attach the hat to your bun. How old is this? This is a real like Indian Arrowhead. I want to start a museum up here. I can't believe you have these things like floating around on your property in Utah. Oh, thank you, Emily. How old is this, Rosie? Tell me. I know there's a delay, so... he can't be like registered in high school and be an adult ed at the same time. It's valuable. Yeah, I know, Rosie. Wow. Very cool. I'm going to treasure this. I can't believe, like, how did you find these things like lying around? Well, there are special schools here too. But Lorraine, I was sent to a school like this for 3.5 years, and it was a really bad experience. It was like institutional school, and I was pretty traumatized and fucked up, broken person when I came out, so I don't want to do that to my kid. It's, you know, I call it dolphin training. Oh, they're not real. They're for making jewelry? So is it okay if... Oh no, I can't. If I made jewelry with this and I try to sell it on Marketplace, they'll probably like take me down for selling weapons. What do I do with this? Make jewelry? Okay, they're not real. I was gonna say, like, what? You're just like sending me all these like 2,000-year-old arrowheads? Like, what happened, you know? She's like, oh yes, I have so many, you know. They just grow out of the ground here in Utah. Might as well send a few your way. Thank you. They're super cool. But the two that these ones here, these are old, right? That's amazing. They're flint. Oh, they're so cool. So much history in there. I'll just hold on to it and meditate and see if the spirits come to me. See if I can communicate. Better be careful, eh? He'll show up tonight. I already have one Indian who contacts me through the spirit world. That's Randy. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not joking. Yeah. Am I getting more Poshmark sales? Oh, hey, Robin. Hey. Nice to see you. Well, I must have had a few. Oh yeah, like it was super slow, and I had 8, and then I got 7 in one shot, and that got me to ambassador. I had 15, and then it was like a week where it was super slow. This week, oh, I can't look at it. It's on there. Well, I think I had like 3 sales. I had one today. I sold a linen dress, and I sold a blazer. Thank God, I finally sold that thing. It's taking up space. That was about 4 days ago. And I sold the 3 canisters. I don't know if you guys saw my 3 stoneware canisters with the poppies on them. I sold that. So I had... Did I have more sales than that? I can't remember now. Let me just check. Let me see what it says. It's got to say here. So I have my sales. Yeah, like, okay, yeah, so I had those 7, and then I had, somebody bought these sandals from me, and then you bought the bag, Robin. And then I had 1 week where I just sold 1 hat. Or... Wait, no, the hat and your bag and the sandals was like all in the same weekend. I mailed them all at the same time. So that week I had 3 orders, including yours. The next week I had only 1 order. And then the last week I had 3. So for me, it's good. I mean, you know, on Marketplace, it was very, very hard to sell clothes. So I'm very happy to get 3 orders. And I was really happy to sell that white linen dress because it was an absolute gem. It was a gorgeous white linen dress with a halter and an open back and like fitted body and flared skirt. It was gorgeous. Doesn't fit me, but oh, you guys, somebody, I had it listed for $35, which is an absolute steal. Hi, Fashion Lily. Sorry, I can't see anything up there. I'm so like half blind. Let me put this away. I'll cover my face again so I don't have to look at it. It's just too weird. It's like looking in the mirror, but it's like it's not matching real time. Oh, hi, Candy. Yeah, Rosie, put your eBay link. Yes, I still have a pet rabbit, Cassie. And actually, I just went to the Rabbit Expo. It was like, agricultural fair last weekend. And I was going to post that video today, but then I was like, no, I'll just go live. But okay, what was I going to tell you? I was just about to say something to you guys. Just lost my train of thought. Hold on a second. Oh, yes, my lovely, lovely linen dress. And let me tell you, I had restored this thing so it was perfect. You know, I cleaned it so well and bleached it and steamed it and even like fixed a couple little seams. Like I made it look really good. I hope she's happy with it. And I put it up for $35, which is a steal. I mean, look, I go to the mall often enough and I'll just browse, you know. But now I buy all my stuff from the thrift store. But I browse and the clothes are expensive. So people go, oh, well, there's so many people selling online. Like, oh, the market's flooded, whatever. I don't know. I think there's a market there because, people complain about resellers. But not everyone wants to go to the thrift store and look through the pile. A lot of people would prefer to just Google what they want and pick the cheapest thing. So the resellers, we're still giving a really good deal because a new linen dress would be like $120. And I sold it for $35. I didn't buy it in the thrift store. It was my dress. What do I get for that? Maybe I get like $25 or something, or maybe 27 or 28. So it's not like I make a fortune off it, but $70 is a steal for a linen dress. Yeah, I sold it for $35. Like I put it up for a very low price. You know why? Because when I started listing on Poshmark, when you list your item, Poshmark recommends a price. And I didn't realize that it would be okay for me to charge more. So I was charging like these super low prices for everything. And now I realize that actually I can ask for more. And then if it doesn't sell at that, I can offer a discount. That's actually a better policy. I did that with the canisters. But yeah, I thought, because it says, you're not allowed to price gouge. So I was like, okay. So they're telling me like to sell it for, $25 to $30. And I was like, I don't know, that's a bit low. Anyway, I sold it for $35. No, she offered me $30. Okay. I still sold it to her. So, but a few days before, somebody offered me $15 for the linen dress. And I would have only gotten $11. And I felt like that's not cool. That's ridiculous. If I was getting $25, like that's okay. But $11? Because they take $4 flat rate for everything that's under $20. So I refused. I declined. And I also have a pair of, they're really nice. They're Geox shoes, and they're like a snakeskin print. They're leather. They're really good quality, but just the front one edge of the rubber, it's like a couple millimeters detached. I could probably fix it, but they're $200 shoes. And somebody offered me $20. I asked for 40. They offered me 20, but I'm only going to get 14 for $200 shoes. I said no, and then I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said no. Maybe I should just sold it. But I'm glad that I said no for the linen dress, because literally like 3 days later, somebody else bought it for 30. So yeah, $15. That's ridiculous. Talk about lowballing. Wait, there's something else in here. Oh, what's this? It just keeps coming. Thank you, Rosie. It's like Christmas, really. Hand-casted TPV pewter salt cellar or dip. TPV tin pewter Norge Viking ship, spoon missing. What did I just do? I just hit something on my computer and screwed everything up. Hold on. Okay. Oh, cool. That is neat. What? Look at what Rosie sent me. Gosh, Rosie, thank you. Look at this. It's a little Viking ship. What? It's a salt, what? A salt cellar or dip. So what, you're supposed to put your salt in there? It's really cute. I love it. It's so cool. What a neat little thing. Oh, wow. Yeah. And it says underneath, Handstoppt. TPE pewter. It's Viking. And it says Handstoppt with the O with a slash through it, like Viking writing. Wait, did Rosie say? So this is like a little, it's cool, isn't it? It's like a little tray for your salt. That's cool. It's just a beautiful item. And I have a bunch of pewter. You guys, I have all kinds of collections that I'm not like selling everything I have. I'm just trying to offload my clothes. Yeah, it was robbery. What was robbery? The $15 for a linen dress? I thought it was ridiculous. Really, I was like offended. I don't get offended easily, but I was like, well, I mean, you can't blame them for trying. And I talked to my brother about it because I was really like upset. Oh, dip radishes and carrots. Yeah, okay, that's cool. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, as I talked to my brother about it, and I was like, somebody offered me $15 and I turned them down. And it's like, yeah, I want sales, but I don't know about giving away my dress for $11, which is what I would get. I felt cheap, you know? I felt like degraded almost, you know? And he said, well, it's one business model. And I have seen there are people on Poshmark that will literally sell anything for any price. Like there are some that say, I will accept all offers. Really? All offers? Usually I think they mean all reasonable offers. Granny Smith apples, you can dip them in salt? Radishes, definitely. Thank you so much, Rosie. This is the coolest little thing. Little Viking ship. I feel like I want to get Gunnar in here to show him, but I've kind of had enough of him, honestly, today. Did he ever stress me out? Sometimes I just feel like I'm just going to die, like, from the stress. I'm like, oh my God. It's got to get better. I did counter. You know, Robin, I did, actually. I was like, no. $15. I think I actually countered with 25, which was really cheap, and I would have gotten like 20 bucks, and she didn't take it. Too bad for her. Somebody else has it now. You dip your green onions in salt. Really? And the guy with the shoes, too, he offered me $20 for a pair of $200 shoes. And I was like, not cool. And I countered 30, and he didn't take it. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. But it's pretty... Oh, my friend George just telling me he just came back from Cuba. This guy would go to Cuba like 4, maybe 6 times a year. He literally, like every 2 months, he'd go to Cuba, and I'd take care of his cats for him. And he said he wasn't going to be going for a while, but he ended up going to Cuba. And he's always asking me to go with him. But I don't know. Maybe if it was like me and George and Jenna. And George is a good friend. Like, I would trust him, you know. But I don't know about traveling with George. I don't know what it'd be like. It was great traveling with Jana. She was lots of fun. We were the only people who didn't drink, and we were always hanging out together. They thought we were gay. I told you guys. They thought we were lesbians. Because we were just the two weirdos with our long hippie skirts. Never drinking. These are super cool, Rosie. Thank you again. And I'm going to take good care of them. When you said pipe cleaners, I was picturing those like fuzzy little pipe cleaners. Okay, I'm going to put all these things back in here, and I am going to show the guys, but I'm not going to do it right now because I want to be left alone. You guys pray for us that Gunnar goes to his exam tomorrow, because he has to go, or he's going to have a big problem. It's not good. If people go, oh, like he's going to have consequences and he'll learn. No, he's not going to learn. He has had consequences this entire time. What do you call like being kicked out of school every year and losing all your friends and never going to a birthday party and never having a play date and like being stuck in the house with your mother 24/7 for 3 years, being homeschooled because you have no friends and no one can handle you? That's a consequence, man. Like he missed out on a lot of things. You know, no like hanging out at the park with his friends, no birthdays, no movies. You know, there was like no kids in his life. That was a very serious consequence. Also, he was flunked in grade 5. He did grade 5 twice. Did it stop him from flunking grade 10? No, it didn't. It doesn't change anything. He does get consequences. He gets them at home too. I don't like to use the word though, because my mother used to use that word with me. She'd say, "You will suffer the consequences," or "Now you have to suffer the consequences." It just made me really angry. Don't talk to me about fucking consequences. I didn't understand what she was talking about, so it just pissed me off. So what's this? You get lowball offers? Yeah, sometimes they're reasonable. Yeah. You get lowball offers, Robin? Do you also refuse them? High veg remedy. So you don't accept the lowball? I'm hungry. Oh my god. I made this roast tonight and it was really, really good, but it was like this much meat, like a tiny little bit of meat and like 3 little potatoes, and I'm thinking like it wasn't enough food. But it's going better on Poshmark. So how many sales did I have? You guys asked me. I was at 15. Wait, let me check one more time. I'll tell you. Okay, I was at 15 with the comics. 22. I've had 22 sales since March. I made like $300 though, so that's something. I mean, no, it was like, yeah, end of February that I went on there. March, April, May. So I made about $100 a month. What's this? Oh, somebody else is messaging me now from Marketplace. I wanted to buy a wicker laundry basket because it looks exactly like the one that my parents had. So I messaged her about it because she was. I buy things too on Marketplace. It's so dodgy on there now. You ask more than the price you want. Yeah, I'm starting to do that too because I'm noticing that everybody keeps asking for discounts. That's what Robin said too. You have to ask for more. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, all my items are at low prices. I'm selling some really gorgeous t-shirts from the 90s for like $25. I'm only going to get 20 if I get full price. It's just a steal. I mean, I'm sure I paid more for it than that back then. And they're actually kind of worth more now because they're vintage. I'm not asking for much. I really just want to clear out the closet, because you can't sell it anywhere else. So it's okay if I get 15 or $20 for an item, it's fine. But I listed one of my Betsy Johnson dresses, and I asked a lot more for that one because that was like almost a $300 dress. I asked 120, and it's beautiful. You guys should go and see it if you want to check out my closet and what I put in. I know you guys can't buy stuff because you're in the States, but let me show you the closet. Go check out. If you do sort by newest, like most recently added, you can go see the Betsy Johnson dress. You got some amazing cotton woven hoodies here for $6. Yeah. Yeah, it's cheap in Mexico. But yeah, the clothes are so expensive. That's what I was thinking. Like when I went to the mall, it was oh my god, the comments here. Oh, I'm gonna read that to you. Yeah, it's like ridiculously expensive. Like literally a Champion t-shirt at Sports Experts, they're selling it for like $50 for a t-shirt? And you think that I'm charging too much for my beautiful vintage clothes? I don't think so. And people are angry at the resellers. What about like these stores are totally gouging? They're like, they charge you so much. It's ridiculous. Okay, wait, you said Tesla later test, you made 17,000 selling junk on eBay? Okay, I have got to get on eBay. 30 auctions. That's a lot of money. You want to import export from Mexico? Am I interested? I don't know. I mean, yes, but like I don't know where I'd put things because right now like my closet is totally full. Are you on my Patreon? You should message me. Okay, have a good night, Candy. Happy to see you here. Yeah, I have to get on eBay. I've just been like scared to get on there because I keep hearing about how people screw you over. Like I don't know, they like hack your accounts and like flag you for things, and I just don't want any drama. Like there's no drama on Poshmark. You know what, Red? Where are you again in Mexico? Oh my God, they had the most gorgeous bracelets down there. They're so nice. Like the Indians make them. The who is it? It's not the Mayans, but it was like at Tulum they were selling these bracelets. I could go get them. You're not on my Patreon? Oh no, that's okay. I'm just thinking like, where could you message me? I don't know. Are you on Facebook? Can you message me on the Facebook page? Oh, in Michoacan. Michoacan, man. Like Cheech and Chong. That's where I heard Michoacan. Thick cashmere cardigan? Wait, what's this? Oh my God, I found a gorgeous cardigan the other day. You're on Facebook? You tried to message me? Tell me it's you, Red Spiral. Yeah. Message me on the Truther Girls. I just don't check it very often. Like, I just hate dealing with all this online stuff. I get a lot of weird messages too, you know, so like I go check it once a week. But I can like get in conversations with people, so I'll message them, and if they're there, they message me back, and then we start talking, and it can just be super time consuming. Okay, message me again. Oh, Oaxaca. Yes, I love that place. I went there. I saw the mummies. Okay, Dawn. Okay. Message me again. I want to show you the bracelet. You guys want to see it? You did, Lincoln. What's your name? What was your first name? Scott. Okay. It's hard to know who's who sometimes, you know? Thanks, Fashion Lily. Okay. I wanted to show you the bracelet. Let me get it for you. I mean, I could take you with me, but it's going to be very dark. But okay, I'll take the camera with me. Hold on a second. Sorry about this. Whoops. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on a second. Oh my gosh, I've been sitting so long. It's like I'm all stiff. Hi, baby. All right. I'm still live, Gunner, by the way. Okay, here they are. I have them all here in this little jewelry box in the beach house. Gunner and I switched rooms again. He's back in this room. Oh yeah, I've got 4 of them. Oh, okay. These are really cool. I did not list them on Poshmark because some of the beads are like kind of faded and I wasn't sure, and also because I actually wear them. Although lately I'm really into this. I'm really into like having like stacks of gypsy bracelets. I like this look. It's like kind of boho look. Hold on a second. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm going to turn my camera off. That would be terrible. Big mistake. I'd be so screwed. Really got to pay attention. I got to plug it back in. Okay, you still there? Oh, God, now what have I done? You know, my mother, when she'd be working on a Word document and she would accidentally close it, and then she'd say, "It has disappeared and I don't know how to conjure it again." Like you have to use witchcraft, you know? Thought it was funny. You never had drama on eBay. But you've been on there a long time, you know? And I know you're a trusted seller, so maybe that's why, or maybe not. I don't know. I should just get on there. I'm just nervous about it. I'm just nervous that it's going to be hard to put my stuff up, or I'm going to have problems. I think that like the thing is like I'm very industrious, I'm a very hard worker, but I do tend to burn out. So when I get on a trip about something, like with Poshmark, like you guys see, I have like 260 listings up. I mean, I photographed all that stuff, cataloged it, you know, photo roomed it, and I share other people's stuff, and I'm like pretty active on there. So I can be very intense. It's the Aspie in me also, you know, that I'm very intense about my interests. And I can be so intense that I'll burn out. So I have to be careful. So after I got the Poshmark up and I've cataloged all my stuff, I was like sort of at the verge of burning out. Don't do eBay. Why not? Everybody else here is telling me to do eBay. Now Red Spiral says don't do eBay. I'm going to have to. Millions of sales per day. Someone's going to do something bad. Yeah. Okay. Well, I have a lot of comic books, and I sold a whole bunch of them on Marketplace the other day, and he said he was going to come back for more. And I cataloged all the comics, I might have told you. Sent him all the pictures, and then he didn't get back to me. So I was like, I just wasted all my time. At least I know what they're worth now. So these are the bracelets. They're so cool. Look at this, how it, like, it's all these little stones, and see how they stand up? It's like seed beads and stone beads and faceted beads. You think I'm doing great? I don't trust Marketplace, so I feel like at any moment they could send me to the meat grinder. I don't know what's happening. This thing is so cool. See how it, like, it's really 3D. It's like kind of hairy. They have a name for this. I don't know what it is. I love this one. I love the candy colors, you guys. Isn't that cute? The only thing I don't like about them is the closure. It's one of these where there's like a bead and you have to hook it. I should have bought a lot of them when I was down there. And I was like, don't buy any more bracelets, Sonia. You're just going overboard. But you know what? I should have bought a lot of them. Kijiji is garbage. It's so bad. It is so bad. You can't do anything with your site. You can't, like, you don't even have, like, ugh, that's horrible. Nobody goes there anymore. It's like, I don't know. There's some people that do sell on Kijiji, but it's like fine for a lawnmower. It's a good place to sell. Like, see, I can't even close it. But, I mean, it can be done, but I just don't have the nerves for it now. What's this? It's not coming apart, is it? No. Better not be. It looks a bit loose there. What happened? I don't know. It's one of those things where if, like, one piece comes apart. But look at the candy colors. This is the cutest thing. And then I have this one, which is turquoise colors. This is very nice too. And actually has like pieces of turquoise in it. And then this one, which is cool too. It's like turquoise and purple. This is probably my least favorite though, because I don't know. It's got a lot of amethyst in it, which is cool. Or is it, maybe it's rose quartz. I don't know. It's like a light pink. But my favorite is this one, the candy bracelet. And this is the one that I wore the most. I'm kind of worried that something's wrong with it here. It looks a little floppy. Maybe it's just a pulled thread. But if one thing comes apart, I'm screwed. The whole thing is going to be like destroyed. Wait, where's that thing? I wonder what happened. Maybe a bead broke? I don't know. I don't know how it's possible. Look how cute it is. I love this one. Etsy? Yeah, Etsy would be great for the jewelry. I haven't put any of that on Poshmark because people are so cheap on Poshmark and the jewelry is like high quality. And Poshmark takes 20%. It's a lot. So I didn't. I didn't put any of my jewelry on there. I did a bit during the pandemic. No, I put it on Marketplace. Sorry. Yeah, I sold some jewelry on Marketplace. But, I didn't charge very much. I could have gotten more on Etsy, but whatever. At the time, I just wanted to get rid of it. It has its issues. Yeah, what are the issues with Etsy? I hear different things, like people have different issues with different things. So far, I don't have any issues with Poshmark. I find it's really easy. I mean, it's a lot of work, but no issues. It's very straightforward. Like, somebody offers you an amount, you accept, decline, counter. You offer somebody a deal, they accept, decline, counter, or they just buy it. You just print the label and go to the post office. eBay is 8 to 10%. Yeah, I think it could be 10, but that's better than 20. You know, because that adds up. And especially because under $20, it's a flat rate of $4. So that's a lot of money. Facebook is where serial killers hunt for someone to lure into their kill room garage. You know, I don't think so, because if that was the case, you'd be hearing about it. But you don't hear about that. What you hear about is people selling electronics or jewelry getting robbed by crackheads, because crackheads want stuff they can sell. They don't want, they don't want this. They want something valuable. They don't want my clothes. They can't do anything with them. And apparently with Marketplace, if you are going to get robbed, it doesn't make it any safer if you do it outside, if you do the transaction outside the house, because they rob you outside too. So yeah, it's a bit dodgy, but the police has some rooms set up now where you can go and do your transaction in the room. You're worried about being taxed? I get taxed for what I do online. You know what bugs my ass though? Seriously, like YouTube, it's not YouTube's fault really, it's the US government. I get taxed 25% on everything I make on YouTube, like from ads that comes from America. 25%. So on top of YouTube, like they take a percentage. It's not very much actually, because I'm with a network, so like most of the ad revenue I get, but for like donations and super chat, depending on where the person's from, depending on where they're from, they could take a very hefty cut. And on top of that, 25% is held from taxes. So one year I made, I think, $2,400 in the entire year on YouTube, and the US government withheld $600. I mean, really, like, and then my accountant charges me $700 something. So honestly, I mean, that's why I tell people, please donate on Patreon, because it really, like, it helps. It goes to me directly. But yeah, I mean, if you're from Canada, then whatever you do here, it's fine also. But yeah, like, it's better for me when it's on Patreon, because YouTube just takes so much. Well, the IRS, but the Patreon, it's like dealt with Canadian side or something like that. But yeah. And everything I earn on Poshmark, I'm gonna, even though a lot of it is inheritance, technically, it's like I don't have to pay tax on it, but I don't know how. I'd have to prove like that, what the value was when I got it. Anyway, so I'm probably just gonna like sell it and then like pay taxes on it, and it's gonna go through the same system. You never got charged taxes? Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know how it's gonna work with Poshmark. But yeah, what I think is outrageous is 25% tax on YouTube that the IRS holds back. And if you wanted to, like, you'd have to, like, so then they don't make me file my taxes in the US. They just take my money and keep it. Now, if I wanted to file my tax, I'd have to like get in contract with them personally, with the IRS, which means I'd be in contract with them for the rest of my life, first of all. And then I have to hire an accountant to do my business taxes with the IRS to try to get back the money. But honestly, it would cost the same to hire the accountant. So that's so crazy. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll try with eBay. But anyway, I mean, I'm happy with Poshmark. I like offloaded some clothes. It's good, because Marketplace sucks. So that was pretty much it. I was going to show you my pin, but I'm going to have to put Gunnar to bed because he actually has an exam tomorrow, and I hope that he goes. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Robin. Have a good night. I'm getting tired, and I'm going to have to put baby to bed, and I'm hungry. I need toast. Anyway, it was good seeing you guys. Maybe I'll do a video sometime about the thing with Gunnar. Yeah, I'm happy on Poshmark. I'm not happy with the 20%, but I'm happy with how incredibly easy it is. Somebody told me it was easy, and it really is. It's great. But yeah, I will eventually go to other platforms. I will. When I get the nerve up, I might have to like do a vision board and like meditate or something, make it happen. I guess I'm gonna head out then. So thanks for joining me. And I did get a lot of footage at the carnival, and what's crazy was it ended with a guy getting punched by security and knocked out, and the police being called. And I was there and I saw that, and it was kind of scandalous. But I did see also a lot of nice rabbits, and I had to do all the rides by myself. So I made a video, so I'll put that up for Thursday, so you guys can a video about a vision board. Well, I do that from time to time, like to help focus myself. Every time I do it, it works. I just don't do it very often. I do it like once a year. Try to like refocus my life, redirect myself. And I should probably make one and like, because that's what I did. That's how I got going on Poshmark. Honestly, I made a vision board, and so I had it all mapped out exactly what I wanted to do, and then like boom, I did the Poshmark. I finally like totally got it together. It's like sometimes when you make it really concrete, you make it visual, then you get really focused and you know exactly. It's like a great to-do list, like a visual to-do list, and you get zeroed in and you get it done. I did that also when I wanted to travel to Europe. I did the same thing. It worked. Okay, I'm super tired and it's been really great seeing you guys. So again, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on Thursday. Okay, have a good night, guys. Bye.